That's right. Welcome to Let's Talk with Patrick podcast. The show is coming soon. Don't worry, it is coming very soon. Just got to work on some things as well, and because I'm a one man band. All right, I'm still trying to find an outro music to use. Maybe one of my instrumentals I did. I don't know, but thanks for tuning into one of the realest podcasts in the world, the land, the galaxy, and the whole entire universe. That's right. Let's Talk with Patrick podcast. Welcome aboard. I appreciate the support and for listening and tuning in to me. I want to talk about one of my true loves, which is martial arts, baby. What y'all? That's right. Yes. It started when I was young. I was really young. My father was into martial arts big time. He was into karate, judo. He also did gymnastics as well. So when he used to fight in the streets, he used to incorporate all this stuff together. He'll do flips and all kind of stuff. They'll throw people off. So when I came around, he showed me like different techniques, like an axle kick and just different, moves to perfect as well. So I took those in because, like, at that time back in the day, he used to, my dad was a street dude. He was into all kind of stuff, and he DJ'd, but he also used to go to jail at times as well. So when he did show me, he'll definitely like, hey Pat, this is what you do, blah blah blah. Well, he say, son, hey son, this is what you do, da 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 da. And we watched, certain movies. We had like VHS tapes of like Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon, The Chinese Connection, things like that. And of course, those like one of my biggest influences, those movies. And he had such a big love for Bruce Lee, so I like Bruce Lee too. Bruce Lee was dope. And then I started liking the movie The Last Dragon. It's like one of my favorite movies, 80s classic. I'm an 80s child, so hey, dope soundtrack, just dope movie in general. Okay, and of course, uh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's like one of my favorite movies. I saw those in theaters a long time ago, to be honest, and I was ecstatic about it. And so anyway, so coming up, I used to love to wrestle, watch WWF, WCW, you know what I mean, and try to emulate those guys. And me and my cousin Courtney will slap box in the street. And also our homie Vecchio, rest in peace. Vecchio got murdered years ago, but he used to, slap box with us as well. And we used to have fun back in the day. We did. We used to go to the mall, go to the arcade and stuff. So anyway, so it's like all those things shape me who I am today, especially when it comes to martial arts. And I love watching movies. I love watching uh, uh the matches, like boxing matches, because me and my pops, we watched like Mike Tyson, Riddick Bowe, and all these different fighters at the time that was huge. And of course, I used to watch like K1, the kickboxing stuff. Um, I watched early UFC on VHS when they had no weight classes. Like people can it was like back when they had like style versus style, right? They had like the boxer versus freestyle wrestler. They had kickboxer versus sumo. They had jujitsu versus taekwondo. Like they had all like different entities, height, weight. That it didn't matter. Um, and then Royce Gracie, he changed the game with jujitsu grappling that neutralized the bigger opponent. And so anyway, so those things shape me who I am to this day. And I remember when I actually went to a dojo, I went with Jackie Eberhart. Jackie Eberhart, he actually my cousin on my mom's side. I didn't realize that until my mom told me this years on the road. She's like, yeah, that's your cousin, blah, blah. So I was like, cool. So, but I met him early on back in the day. I saw him at the store and he wanted me to come to his dojo because I was with my dad and I wasn't ready at that time, but I came, definitely came a little later down the road. I came and great experience. My guy named Dwight, he took me under his wing because he grew up looking to my father. Like he used to love watching my father fight, and you know what I mean. So he took to me. He took me under his wing, and we had a friend of ours named Tony Foster. Tony Foster, he was a boxer. He was like 6'3", 240 some pounds. He had quick hands. He was pretty good. He got murdered years ago as well, but he took me on his wing as well. And I used to watch him and Dwight like argue sometimes in the gym. And I used to get a kick out of it, to be honest. Because I don't know, I don't know why, but I thought it was funny at the time. It was hilarious to me. And it was just like a cool family orientated type environment. I met my buddy Juliet. What's up, Juliet? Back in those days, she worked at the mall at the jewelry store. I remember that. And let me see. I was also trained by this guy named Michael Bird. Michael Bird was a kickboxer and real cool guy. Um, Great personality, and of course Jackie Eberhart. He trained me as well. Because back in those days, it was a long time ago. See, it wasn't like how it is now. Like now, when you go to these gyms, they you throwing every combo under the sink on the first day. They have you on the bag. When I first started, we didn't do that. We worked on footwork for like a whole month. We learned how to, like foot placement, how to step when you jab, how you step when you throw a cross, how you step when you throw a hook, how you pivot. So we did that. It was way more technical at that time. And and then when I got on the bag, it took like a couple of months to get on the bag, to be honest. And then once I was able to spar, that took some time to get in the ring and spar as well. And I sparred this guy named Jesus. I think he's from Mexico, I believe, but he had a lot of fights. And like I say, at that time, like he beat me up. He did. I'm not gonna lie about this. See, that's how real I am. He beat me up, but I learned. I learned because I was trying to throw haymakers, and he was just like patient and just moving out the way. You know what I mean? Like I started getting tired. I'm like, oh, geez. So I learned how to pace myself after a while. So then, because because that place, that gym I went to at the time, it was ran by um Chris Jordan. Shout out to Chris Jordan, real cool dude. Yep, shout out to him and the whole family. And then as time, I quit because I ended up having I injured my leg, and I was on crutches for a while, and then of course my license got suspended. That's a whole different story. This was a long time ago. So anyway, I started. I got back into it when my brother had passed. That's when I met this guy named Mike Alvarado, and he was passing out like these cards and flyers. And I looked, I said, I want to get back into this. So I went to that gym. It was like by Buckhead. So I went to the gym. I signed a contract. I loved it. I started doing MMA. I remember the first time I did jujitsu, I was like big headed because I was like, man, I'm strong. I got muscles. I can box. I can kick and blah, blah, blah. Shit. When I went up in there, man, I got humbled, okay? I tapped out quick. I felt like this pressure on my arm. I said, oh, no, Yep, just like that. And I started to learn. I should have stuck with it a lot more because I'm more of a striker, but I should have stuck with grappling a little bit more for sure. But like I said, it was a humbling experience. I have such respect for it because when I watched UFC before that, I used to, I was like, man, so they just on the ground, just holding each other. They ain't doing nothing. Blah. They doing a lot. They doing more than what you think. Trust me on that. I'll speak for experience. All right. And I did like a little capoeira area as well because this guy named Malik, I know. Shout out to Malik. He trained me for a little bit. He ended up moving to, I think, Philadelphia. He moved somewhere up north. Okay, he moved away, and I did it for like about a couple of months. That was hard. That was a lot of cardio, to be honest. All that dancing and flipping around and stuff. That was pretty intense. But but yeah, I started. Then I was training under my guy Goran Lozo. Shout out to Goran. I definitely want to see you when I come back and visit. Would like to come to your dojo and train with you guys. He is a beast. He does karate. He does boxing. He does grappling. He's in his 50s. He's like 230 or 20 plus. Fast hands, fast feet, solid. I sparred him before one time as well, and I learned a lot from him. I did. He got me, but I learned a lot. I was taking notes in my brain. I'm like a sponge. I just soak up all this information. And I was training under this guy named Santana once upon a time. I trained under Benny Hurt. Look up Benny Hurt story. Just Google Benny Hurt Jr. That's his name. I met Evander Holyfield through him, to be honest, because he supposed to fought in the 1984 Olympics, but he ended up injuring his hand. So Evander Holyfield took his spot. Facts. So, but yeah, man, I trained under all kind of people. Paul Delgado, um, Coach Nate, rest in peace, Coach Nate. That was a really cool dude, and man, you know what I'm saying? Like he was a great guy. I miss that dude a lot. But yeah, man, I trained under different people. I met all kind of people from NFL players to celebrities. I met all kind of people in that field, that industry, that come to the gym, they'll spar us, they'll train, whatever. And it was a great experience. I look back at my life, I done a lot of different things. I may not, got famous from it, had potential. If I would have stuck with it, I would have had, oh yeah, I know that for sure, absolutely, because I had the mechanics to do it. I just, at that time, I had so many different like avenues I was trying to reach instead of focus on one thing. Because people say, man, you need to figure out, you need to focus on one thing. And I'm like, man, I can do all this at one time. No. Focus on one thing, all right? And then you can build upon other things once you get your foot in the door. And that's, I didn't do that. I was trying to do everything all at once. But anyway, I love martial arts. It helped me like stay out of trouble, to be honest. It gave me an outlet to deal with things. And when my brother died a long time ago, I needed an outlet because I was just angry. Like my pain was anger. Like instead of me crying all the time, no, I was angry. I was very quiet and angry. I did not want to be bothered, with many people, to be honest. I didn't care about anything. So I I have such a love for martial arts. I do. And people that don't understand, they might think, oh, it's so barbaric and blah blah. No. I mean it can be, but to me the spiritual aspect as far as like um respect, having discipline, it goes a long way. So I will always admire and have respect for it. I will always train and do what I have to do for myself because I learned a lot from so many different trainers over the years and different fighters that I sparred and I've been around. I pick apart like everything I learned. I take like certain things that certain people showed me, certain footwork. Shout out to my guy Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones was a boxer, and he took me on his wing as well back in the day. He's always showed me different footwork. So I learned from him. Of course, I learned from the professional fighters such as Roy Jones and people I used to watch as well. But he used to show me, he used to like keep me at the class, like, hey man, like do like this and blah blah blah. Cause he loved my speed. He said, man, your speed is crazy. You got great power. So yeah, I learned and I just love it, man. I do. Sometimes I want to train people, but I just got so much I'm trying to do it at this point. Maybe one day when I get older, I guess I don't know. But I don't mind showing what I know. Not to say I know everything, but I do know a lot. I learned a lot from different people over time, for sure. But anyways, thanks for sitting down with me and thanks for tuning in. So stay tuned in for the full episodes that's coming real soon because I have some incredible guests with great stories and you have to be open minded for these conversations. All right, just like, be open minded, no judgment. All right, okay. So that's what it is, and I have some pretty cool guests that will be coming soon. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what this thing can do because I want to be able to help people and also people to be able to share their story, whether it's funny or not. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. I just like to converse with different people from all walks of life. But you guys have a great day and take it easy. I'm trying to recover with my back stuff because my back was inflamed big time, so it threw me off this whole week. But I'm slowly regaining myself back. All right. So anyway, you guys please take it easy and stay blessed. Peace.